At Worldwide Technology Raceway, Austin Cindric, driver of the number 2 Team Penske Ford. We will go straight to questions for Austin. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll bring a wireless microphone to you. Start right here on the left.
Hey Austin, I'm Benjamin Hocken from the St. Louis newspaper, the Post-Dispatch. Congratulations. We talked to Walt about him talking to your father on the phone. Have you gotten to speak to your father yet? And what can you share about this moment that you shared with him?
Yeah, I spoke to him and my mom in Victory Lane over the phone. You know, it's funny, my pops and I kind of have this thing, I don't believe in luck or like any juju or whatever, but like he and I are both pretty convinced over the last handful of years that he and I both can't have good days at the racetrack. Like if the 2-car and IndyCar has a good day, the 2-car NASCAR doesn't. Like it's just kind of this conspiracy theory that lives with us. And watching the IndyCar race today, they had a really bad race. Just had everything go wrong that could have went wrong. And we're still proving that theory correct because I can't think of a better day for us on the 2-car in NASCAR.
Can you talk about your relationship with him in general?
I mean, he's my dad, so I love the guy. Other than that, I mean, it's probably maybe not the strangest it's ever been, but like, you know, in Xfinity, he could kind of avoid me and just kind of let me and my team do our thing, and he you know, kind of ignore that. Obviously, his role within the team, but you know, he's in all of our meetings now. You know, our goals are the exact same as far as, you know, what makes this team great. So and I can't think of a better leader for our team. You know, I've been able to see it firsthand, you know, the difference that he makes. So proud to be able to watch that, grow up around that, and proud to be his son.
Going to go over to Dustin and then Bob, and then we'll go in the middle.
Dustin will be on NASCAR.com. Austin, all 3 Penske cars ran in the top 5 for most of the race today. So how important of a day was this for Penske?
It was super critical for us. I mean, obviously, you know, there's been, you know, RFK's definitely showed some speed from the Ford side and been able to prove, hey, you know, you can run up front and win in this package. And, you know, there's a lot of conversation about different OEMs and this and that. And, you know, that's definitely something we look at as a race team to try and improve and get better. And, you know, barely being able to run top 10 with 1 car at Charlotte after winning the year before. And you know, Joey and I, best we could do is 14th and 20th. You know, that's last week. That's the last thing that's in our head. And, you know, some of those things, you know, you're easy to get down on, but, you know, this team has an incredible ability to be consistent, whether if it's at the Indy 500 or you know, this weekend at Gateway. You know, having incredibly consistent pace between all of our cars all through the get-go. And, you know, we've had, like, super speedways have been that way for us this year. And, you know, I've left every single one of those feeling guilty because we haven't won. You know, I thought I had a shot to win Daytona, thought I had a shot to win Atlanta, thought I had a shot to win Talladega, and we didn't win any of them with arguably the fastest cars. And going into the race today, I went to bed last night knowing that I'd be really, really disappointed if one of us didn't win. And that I was just happy that we were in position there when the 12 car ran out, and you know, to bring home a win, because this team deserves it. I can't wait to see everybody back in the shop, and everyone's been super supportive in believing in me through good days and bad days, and I can't think of a better place to work.
It looks like that's a horseshoe there. What's up with the horseshoe?
As a race fan, I guess he gives them to the winners every year. I guess Joey has one, so I have one now because I won today. So that's cool. It's kind of little things like that, I guess you keep and hang on to after race wins. I didn't even. I was like driving by on the golf cart when he gave it to me, so I don't really know the story behind it, but I mean, it kind of makes sense, right?
Congrats.
Thank you.
Here you go, Bob.
Bob Marcus, Fox Sports 2. The first, obviously, Bill had his engine issue. Laney has his fuel issue. Did you have any issues, or were there any hearing sounds or anything where you're like, oh, I'm gonna break too?
Bob, I didn't even know we were close on fuel, so like I was kind of shocked. Like, if I'm being honest, I mean, maybe you guys didn't know we were close on fuel either, but either way, crazy to think that probably the 2 best cars at the end of that race both had an issue, and the 3rd place car wins a race. That's the way I see it. I mean, it's not like I went out there and took the lead away, but we were in position, and it's one of our best executed races so far this year, with, you know, probably our best speed we've shown this year. So proud to be able to do that, and there's definitely still a bit of that shock factor left over for me.
I think Blaney didn't know he was short on fuel either, so.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly heartbroken for those guys, and I know it might sound like cliche to say that, but I really do feel that way. Like, those guys are championship contenders, and a win, 5 playoff points goes a really long way for those guys. And we've got an important summer coming up for our group to be able to put ourselves on that level every week.
And I'm wondering what's motivating you right now. Is it like, I'm in third year cup, I gotta win because it's now time? Or, I mean, heck, you have the 4 SHR drivers who are now all looking for work. Did you feel anything like, man, I gotta win or else somebody else is gonna take my ride?
Well, I think there's two avenues I could take on that. I'll take you down both of them. One of which is I'm a very internally motivated person. I don't, like, this isn't fun if I'm not winning. So I can, as you can imagine, it's not been very fun for a little while. And that's the standard I hold, and I don't want to find myself in a position to be okay with 10th and be okay, like, hey, I finished in the top 10, that's an awesome day. No, that's 10th. Like, that's good. That's a step forward, but it's not where I want to be. It's not the level in which I prepare. It's not the level in which my team expects to perform. That, to dovetail on the next avenue, that's not good enough to race and drive at Team Penske. And I know that. Like, no one has to tell me that. There's no meeting that has to be set in place. And I take that very personally. The opportunity that I have, to be able to go win at the highest level, and it's the intensity that I carry every day when I wake up and go to the race shop. I cut out every other distraction in my life, good, bad, or indifferent. If that makes me a horribly rounded person, which it does in a lot of ways, all I care about is what I do in between the walls of a racetrack.
Can you go right up here in the front?
Austin, Brad here from FreshTrips.com. You talked about super speedways earlier. You got a win at Daytona. How much of a validation do you feel like it's the win on the track that's totally different from a restricted plate?
Well, they're going to tell me it's because it's like a road course. You know that, right?
Of course.
So I went through the same thing in Xfinity, right? You win on a road course, and you got to win on an oval, and then you got to win on a short track, and then at some point they just got to accept the fact that you're going to be good every week. So I'm not saying that that's where I'm at. I've just lived this before, but either way, I'm at the point where I don't really care what type of racetrack it is. I feel like our speedway programs are awesome, and opportunities for us to win every time. And this racetrack has been that way for us the last 3 years. So going into it knowing it could be an opportunity race for us, and just proud to be there in the moment and execute like a top level team should.
We're going to go to Cole and then work our way up in the middle.
Cole Cusimano, kicking the tires. Got 2 for you. First, just real quick, I'm curious if you got the chance to speak with Brian, and if so, what those conversations were like following the race.
Yeah, Ryan came by and saw me in victory lane and congratulated me and my team, and it just shows the professional that he is. I mean, he was happy for us probably as much as he could be. I'd be heartbroken if I'm sure he is, and I feel really bad for him. So I'm just proud to have teammates like that really care about the effort that we put forth, and we race side by side a lot of the day, and it's a good day for me when I'm able to keep up with that 12 car. He does an awesome job every week.
And then when you have these strategy heavy races, is that something that you kind of think about in the car as being really stressful on yourself, or you just kind of task at hand, drive the car, and keep your own way?
Oh, I leave that all up to Brian, and I'll be honest, like, I don't know, I feel like there's been some times this year, and I'm sure it's gone completely unnoticed, but I'll bring it up. Like we've lost some positions, put ourselves in bad spots on, tailing the lead lap, or, a lap down, due to, maybe try and be aggressive on strategy or conservative on strategy. And, that's something that Brian has been, it's frustrating because, like, it's crew chief's job, right? But, like, you gotta do whatever he feels right, and that's why I always encourage him. Like, if there's one way you want to go, just do it, and I'll believe in you 100%. And this was a strategy race, and Brian called an awesome race today. It was an aggressive race, and put ourselves in position to really take advantage of the opportunity. So kudos to him, and this one means. I'm sure it means a lot to Brian's first win as a crew chief in the Cup Series. I gave him the checkered flag after the race because I'm just so happy we were able to get one of these together.
We're going to stay with a couple here in the middle, and then we'll go over to the left side.
Mitchell Kaminsky, ABC 17 News. I know you said you weren't aware you guys are so low on fuel, but Brian was saying the initial goal is to pit around the same time as the 12. When you saw that he had run out, were you at all concerned come around that last lap? Or?
I didn't know he ran out until we were in victory lane. I I didn't know we were that close, or maybe they didn't get full. Obviously, they pitted a lap sooner than us. I didn't get the impression that we were, one lap away, from running out. So obviously, I have to kind of dig through the data on that one. But yeah, just kind of shocked and you're taking the white as the leader, so you kind of just focus on not screwing it up. I'll be honest, I was like super nervous after taking the checker. Like, came off of turn 4, identified that the guy has the checkered flag in his hand, listened to my spotter telling me that I just won the race, and still terrified that I needed to keep driving fast. That's how long it's been since I won a race, and I just didn't want to give it away the dumb way, but because the green lights were still on, because we were at the tail end of the pack, so they were all finishing. Just a lot of emotions in a very short amount of time.
And then you alluded to how it's there's some skill sets that are similar to a road course. I asked Tyler Reddick about that. He said it was a bit of a stretch. Do you feel that it translates, or is that kind of
Yes and no. I'd say it's definitely different than other racetracks that we go to, just as far as all the shifting that we do. I don't think, especially in this car with the sequential gearbox, it's not like an art form to be able to shift this car. But as far as the decisions you have to make, you do have the opportunity to physically outbrake someone into the corner. Maybe from a racing standpoint, that kind of adds up. But past that, it's very much an oval racetrack, it's kind of got that short track feel, just due to how much you're on the brakes and how tight some of the corners are.
So right up here in the middle.
Austin, Samuel Stubbs, yard marker. First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
But take us through, you're running second with a lap and a half to go, and then Ryan slows and ultimately runs out of gas. Take us through maybe the 3 minutes from lap and a half to go to when you're pulling, you're doing your burnout and everything. Did you go from thinking, hey, good points day to, are you sure we won the race? Did we really just win? Because not only did you win, now you're locked into the playoffs. This opens up a whole second season for you, really, with how the playoffs work. Just talk us through your emotions there in the last, 5 minutes and how everything happened so quickly.
Yeah, no, I'll take you back to probably 10 to go. There was a bit of blood in the water because the lap cars were racing the snot out of Ryan. And he was probably 3 or 4 tenths slower, and Ryan had probably a 2-second lead on me. And unfortunately, the 34 had just come out of pit road, so I had traffic too for quite a while. But the two of us both ran him down, and I eventually got on the 34 and thought there might be a chance, if he got slowed up or didn't get by the 99, that I would maybe have a chance. So I was the whole stint, obviously, I'm giving everything I have to stay in touch. But especially as we got closer to the end there, it's okay, I don't need these tires for the end of the race. I don't need them for a restart. We're just going to go after it and try and go get it. And then I saw him slow into 3. My spotter picked up on it in the middle of 3 and 4, and I thought, okay, maybe there's that 4 to 5 upshift into 3. Maybe he didn't get the upshift right or something. That's the only thing I could figure that would have made him that slow. But obviously they have their issues. I don't need to really relive that, because you pass them on the front straightaway taking their white, knowing exactly what that means, for them. And at that point, it's just focus on hitting your marks and win the race. And just being able to do a burnout and get out and do victory lane celebrations and all of it is it was like my first time all over again. It's been so long. So even just standing up on the roof of my car, I hadn't I about fell over in victory lane, just big tree fall hard on that deal. So I can't make the highlight reel on that. So just an incredible range of emotions in a short amount of time.